Guys, welcome back to my channel or my space. I'm not really sure which one I'm gonna say yet. Today's video, I just wanted to tell you about the time I dated a famous pro athlete. And when I say famous, he's famous. Like, he is in the NHL and he is not someone that sits on the bench. He plays for a really good team, and he's known, especially if you like hockey, you definitely know who he is. Now, coming to that, I don't want to say his name. Maybe I will eventually, but here's the thing. It was odd, but I like him. I respect him. No problem with him whatsoever. I still say hi to him time to time on social media. There's no hate. He's like married and stuff, and it's all good. This was back in 2012. He messaged me on Facebook first, and I instantly thought it was fake. I was like, yeah, whatever, motherfucker. So I never fucking answered him. And then he wrote me again, and I was like, okay, this fucking catfish is really taking it, you know, just no. So I ignored that one, and then there was like 4 more. I'm not even kidding. So I was like, okay, whatever. I answered him, and I was like, what's up? Like, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. I don't believe this is your profile. Like, why would he be writing me? Like, what? Why? Like, I just didn't think that. So he was like, no, it's me, and I'm not lying, and I was like, okay, so whatever. And then he wrote me again and asked for my number. I was like, well, you should give me your number first, and then I'll like text you. But I was like, look, I'll give you my number, but you need to give me your number, and I'll text you my number. So he gave me the number, and I text him, and then we text for like a couple minutes, and I was like, you need to like take a picture of yourself like in the mirror, but you need to like hold something that I'm gonna tell you what to hold. And I was like, hold up like a big purple dildo and say, you know, put my name on it in marker. And I didn't do that. Oh my god, that would be fucking hilarious. But I didn't do that. I just said hold up a piece of paper like and just write, you know, an L on it. And he did. So I was like, oh my god, it is you. Cool, whatever. So we started talking, and he was away at the time. But when he came back, he got me tickets to a game, and he was injured at this time. So he was kind of down on the bench with the players, but he was like in like normal clothes. So the seats were at will call. I took my friend. He told me to bring my friend. She was a girl. This matters in a second. So first of all, I go in, okay, I've been to hockey games before, okay, I even played a little bit of hockey when I was younger because I was obsessed with hockey. I love hockey, it's my favorite sport. But I was like, I don't know. I wore like fucking a corset top, okay? And this is when they were like acceptable to, you know, wear wherever. I don't fucking know. I still have it. But I wore that, and I had this like fur thing, and it was like white and like pure white, and it was like one of those half things. So I like put that on, and I had on thigh-high boots. They were black, and they have a bunch of straps on them and a heel. I had jeans on, but who does that and goes to a hockey game? This girl. But I wore that. My friend was dressed up too, so I didn't feel completely fucking stupid. So the whole time I'm basically focusing on these fucking steps that are like super tiny, but there's like a million of them, and it's like stooped down like this. I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking fall and really just cause a scene because I fall a lot. So yeah, I wasn't even drinking or anything. I was just gonna fucking get fucked up on these steps. So we finally get to the seat after walking very, very slowly, and I fucking glow. It was slow. So we get there, and he's texting me like the whole time. Like, I'm not even kidding. They would like pan on him like on the big screen in the arena, and he's like down here texting like this, and I'm like, oh my god, he's texting me. Meanwhile, he's probably texting like other chicks too. I don't know when he would have time because he kept texting me, but whatever. So he's like, okay, take a picture. And I'm like, okay, like right now? I'm like, is he asking me for nudes right now? I'm just kidding. He was not at that time. But he's like, yeah, take a picture. And I was like, okay. And then he texts back, he's like, with your friend in it. And I'm like, okay. Basically, he asked me to do this. I've come to find out that he wanted to make sure I actually brought a girl. I'm sorry. You think I'm gonna bring a dude? You think this is like kind of a date? You gave me these amazing tickets. You think I'm gonna bring a dude? Like, what? First, let me say something really quick. I should have said this at the beginning. He is Russian, like born in Russia, which is awesome. But there's like this cultural like barrier because sometimes he doesn't understand what I'm trying to say, not just language wise, just our slang and everything and like being sarcastic. So it got awkward sometimes, especially in the beginning. I'm like, oh my god, die. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I took the picture and then that was like fine. It was kind of weird though. I'm like, why would I bring a dude? Like, what fucking chicks are you talking to? Like, Jesus. So we did all that. And then I like talked to him all the time. Even when he was away, we would Skype constantly. Skype. But whatever. So it was all good and I would hang out with him a lot and it was fine. But then, like, after a couple months, it started getting weird. I'm like, some things I just let slide, and I'm like, whatever. Like, you know, the differences of talking to someone that he didn't really know the slang, which I don't. I'm like, why didn't anyone teach you this? Like, I taught him like certain slang because the one time I was like, you are like a freak. Like, you know, in a good way, like joking around. He was like, I don't understand what you're saying. So I literally had to explain freak, and basically I'm like, a freak is like, you know, someone sexually adventurous and they're fun. I don't know, they like weirder things than normal. They do whatever. Like, awkward. Like, you know, it kind of makes the joke just many times. You know how fucking awkward that is? Just to like make like some funny joke and they're just like, what? All the time. Anywho, so he was like away a lot and stuff, and I was supposed to go with him a few times and I just couldn't, so we Skyped and stuff a lot. And then like he would like throw these little tantrums. So like the one night, this is like where it kind of started going downhill for me. I'm like in bed, I'm so tired, and he's texting me, and then he calls me, and I fucking hate talking on the phone. I fucking hate it. So I'm like, oh my god, what could you possibly want? And he's like, why don't you want to come over? He was getting like mad. I'm like, dude, I'm tired. Like, what the fuck? Like, I just said I was tired. Like, you think I got like fucking people over and I'm like partying? No, I don't do that, okay? I'm fucking lame. So he's literally arguing with me to come over and said, if you don't come over, I'm gonna call the cops. I'm like, for what? I was genuinely confused by this tactic because I didn't really know what he was doing with this. Like, what? And he's like, I'm gonna call the cops if you don't come over. I was like, okay. Like, for real, dude? And then I just got really fucking pissed. I'm like, dude, I don't know where you're from, and like they just fucking go arrest girls for not, you know, I say come, you come. Like, no. I was like, great, please call the cops. I'm just very curious to see what they would say. For real. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, he wanted to call the cops to bring me to his house because I refused. Like, what? Like, I can't make this shit up. Like, I was literally just, that was like the point where I was like, alright, man, this shit's fucking crazy for me. So I ignored him for like a couple days, and he was like being all nice and whatever. I'm like, okay, that was real weird. I don't know if you were drunk or whatever. Like, I do not deal with drunk people well when I am not drunk, and I don't drink anymore. So Yeah, sometimes some drunk people, they're fine, cool, dandy, whatever. Some of them I want to fucking choke slam. So I'm like, dude, if you're drinking, just don't, please, like, don't. So that was like when it kind of got weird, and then it was like no, not a month, like 2, 3 weeks maybe, yeah. So I was hanging out with him, like I hung out with him a lot. It was like fine, you know, but when it was weird, it was fucking weird. So the one night he's like in town and I was gonna go out with my friends or whatever and then go over his house, and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna ask this girl Amanda to come over. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I thought it was like for one of his friends that kind of lives with him when he's here. So no, I get a text from Amanda like talking to me about, like having a threesome with him. And I'm like, wait, what? I just didn't even answer her, and I like kind of sat there for a little bit, and I was like, is this real life right now? Like, what? I never discussed this with you. Honestly, I've never had a threesome. I've never had the desire to. I don't know why. I'm just not into the threesome thing. Like, I want you to just do me. Like, just pay attention to me, and I want to pay attention to you. If I had a threesome ever, there would be no dude involved. It would be me and 2 girls, okay? Which almost happened once, but it did not happen. So, no, first of all, this girl was fucking weird to begin with. So, she calls me, and like I said, I fucking hate talking on the fucking phone, so, there's another strike for you, bitch. So, she's like, yeah, he's like crazy. I'm like, I'm not doing that, dude. Like, you can fucking call one of your little friends and they can fucking go over and just have a grand old time and put fucking dicks in their butts and in their mouth and in their fucking ears. And y'all could just bang each other and have a fucking lovely evening. But no. Like, first of all, what? Okay. We're like dating, dude. So this is what I mean. Like, this is what I mean. Like with like athletes and celebrities, they just not all think they could just do whatever they want, and we're just gonna be fine with it. Like, oh well, you're an athlete, and well, I guess I'll just sell my soul to the devil and just do whatever you like, master. No, fuck off, dude. No, fuck no. So after that, I was just so just disgusted, and I don't even want to know what he did when I was not around, or I don't know when he would have found the fucking time, but I'm sure they do. They find the time, I don't know. They could be just walking down a hallway and just stick their dick in something. I don't fucking know. But after that, and I mean, this girl was a fucking idiot for one. I'm like, how old are you, dude? Like, are you legal? Because I don't feel like you are. I feel like you have the fucking IQ of a toddler, for one. Like, who actually talks like this? Like, no one talks like that. They don't. You literally have to force that voice out. You have to live your life talking like this. Like, oh my god, he is so funny. He wanted to, like, put this huge dildo in my ass. And I was like, oh my god, it's like 30 feet long. How? This is that girl. Ugh. So, the dating, like, athletes and shit, it's, like, annoying, because I feel like they just think they could do whatever they want, and they could cheat on you and do whatever, and a lot of them fucking cheat. Like, I was only in that world for a little bit, but I know girls that are still in that world, and just the shit they go through all the time, crying, wondering, like, I don't want to do that, dude. Like, wrong. So that was my experience, and I did date one other athlete way before that. I didn't even know he was an athlete though. So, yeah, I don't want to talk about that right now, but maybe I will. I don't know. It wasn't that exciting, but it's just, it was weird for me, and that's just like, you look on the outside and looking in on that kind of stuff, like, oh, I wish I could date like a celebrity or like an athlete, but it's like, it kind of sucks. I mean, it obviously depends on the person, but if they're like young and they're like, I don't know, they just want to fuck everyone and just, I don't know what the fuck they do. Like, whatever, that's all cool, but I don't want to be involved. Like, you can have a threesome, but I'm not gonna be there. That's just not my thing, so whatever. But yeah, that was my little experience, and like I said, we're cool now. It's fine, you know, shit happens. It was just we weren't meant for each other. But he found a girl, and they got married, and they're happy, and that's awesome. So yeah, I mean, this was like a couple years ago anyway, so people definitely change, but it was fun for a little bit. But sometimes just I don't know, they just think they can just do whatever they want, and it's sad that some girls actually just submit to that because they are famous or have money. And what I have to say to that is, yeah, they have money, but it's not your money. Like, it's not my money. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, we're just dating, and you let you date someone, and they treat you like shit and all that. Well, they can just ditch you, and you're not getting nothing. You're gonna get nothing except a bruised ego, hurt feelings, and feeling like, man, I shouldn't have let him put those 5 dildos in my butt. That's what's gonna happen. So don't do anything you don't want to do in that situation. Like, you want to be like a fucking groupie and all that, don't get your hopes up. I just see too many girls do that. They're like, oh my god, I'm gonna be the one to change him and he's gonna love me. No. Especially if they're young. No. Maybe when you get them when they're like 50. Maybe. Probably like when they go bankrupt and stuff, you probably have a really good shot then. Yeah. Anywho, that was the story. I have so many more just fucked up stories, funny, whatever. So I will be posting a lot. Please subscribe. I would love to meet people that are just don't give a fuck like moi and have funny stories as well. I will check it out. Let me know because I love it. So that's all I gotta say about that. So subscribe, or you can follow me on whatever, and I will be posting a lot. So until next time, I will see you then, hopefully. Or not.